So as you can see, what I have here is a screenshot of someone who's targeting dogs, flexing it with dog training, flexing with engaged shoppers, flexing it with dog grooming. So that's going to be a highly targeted dog fanatic that is really into purchasing things on Facebook because they're an engaged shopper. So in your mind, you're like, okay, if I target and I flex it this many times, I'll get an audience that is highly targeted and they're going to go ahead and purchase. And then what ends up happening is, say you sell a LED dog collar, it ends up working. You do get sales, but then your ad set just dies straight away because this is what is happening. You see all these dots? This is the flexed audience, and what Facebook does is it zooms in. So when you give Facebook an audience of 3.9 million, it then goes ahead and try to find those purchasing people within that 3.9 million. So it zooms into a particular set of people within your audience. And then this particular set is much smaller, hence the ad set dies out much quicker. So you're already cropping it down for Facebook, and Facebook crops it down even more because that's what Facebook does. What happens when you launch your ad is Facebook then basically breaks the 3.9 million audience into different chunks of people and sends your ad to a bit of everyone. And then let's say you get a click in this sort of group of people. Then Facebook is going to start focusing on that small group of people and the people surrounding. So Facebook starts with targeting the whole 3.9 million, then it zooms down to, maybe 3 million, then zooms down to like 1 million, and then it just gets zoomer and tries to narrow down to the people who click and engage with your ad the most. So it starts within the first 2 to 4 days. That's why it's really important to let your ads run for that long, and then it'll zoom in to the customers who are most likely to purchase. Now, when you just go broad and you just target just dogs and you have an audience of say 130 million, by the way, this is just an example, and I think the country is worldwide, that's why it's so large. But let's say you just target dogs and you have an audience of 130 million. As you can see, your audience is going to be much bigger. But what Facebook goes ahead and does is it zooms in and looks for the people who are most likely to purchase within the dog niche, and it'll go ahead and automatically target that highly easily converted people for you. And this group of people is, this is 20 dots, which is much more scalable compared to 4 dots. So this is sort of why broad targeting works, because Facebook already skips all the other people within the dog interest that aren't likely to go ahead and purchase your LED dog collar. So as a result, it already trims it down. So you don't want to do Facebook's job for Facebook, because then it's going to be done twice, and then you're just going to get like a small ad set that dies out super quick. Hence you want to go broad and let Facebook algorithm does the work. But yeah, this is the visual on why you want to do broad targeting. And I, spent some time to put this together, so hopefully, it's really clear. But to me, when I saw this depiction by Sam Ovens, it just clicked with me. I was like, okay, that's why broad targeting works and laser targeting doesn't.